Hello friends, do you know that even before you appear for an interview, either for job or for higher studies, an interviewer has already been able to make some opinion about your candidature? Yes, they have. And this happens with the help of a resume that you have submitted at the time of your application. That means a resume sets the first impression in the mind of an interviewer, or it bridges the gap between an interviewee and an interviewer. You must have heard of this quote that an interview gets you a job and a resume gets you an interview. So there are some small points that needs to be taken into account while writing your resume. First and foremost, your resume has to be very relevant, concise and precise. That goes without saying. You need to highlight certain differentiators or certain unique selling points, which are also called USPs, about your candidature. Certain skills which are relevant to the job for which you are applying is important. There should not be any spelling mistakes. Avoid using abbreviations. Do not write anything negative in your resume. So these are a few points that need to be taken into account. Now comes the most important part, which is how do you structure your resume. Structuring of a resume is very important. So please consider this point very relevant, that it has to be written in reverse chronological order for all the pointers that we are talking about. It can be your academics, it can be your work experience or internship or finally a project. Reverse chronological order means it has to be written in descending order from top to bottom. So very first thing, it will start from your name, your contact details, that will include your email ID, your contact number, your address, and in case you have a LinkedIn profile, nothing better than that. Avoid using any email IDs which are not very formal. So in case you have a very informal email IDs, try to make a very formal email IDs, because you are applying for a job role which is very formal thing for which you are applying for. So first is your contact details, then comes your academic qualification from top to bottom, that means in descending order. For a fresher, third important thing will be your final year project. Again, the name of a project and your contribution or role. Fourth will be your internships, either a winter or a summer internship. And internship should be written as internship and not as work experience. There are students who even write work experience in place of internships. So in internship column, again in reverse chronological order, the recent at the top and followed by the next. The name of an organization and the job role, your contribution into that internship. Fifth will be certain skills that you would have acquired over and above your academic acumen. And if these skills are somehow in tuned and in sync with the job for which you are applying, it is going to get you more brownie points. Then it can also include your extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities, wherein you have been able to apply your team skills, your leadership qualities. So that will give you a different dimension of your personality. You can also include your strengths, wherein you think that you would have done a decent job and you want the interviewer to ask questions from your strengths. And in case you have some achievements, that can be some award, some recognition during school or college that you would have got, some applauds, that can also be included, because that will give a different edge about your personality at the time of your interview. So these are a few points. In case you consider this and you take this into account while writing your resume, you will be highlighted, you will be differentiated, and your chances of being selected for an interview will be very high. And at the time of your interview, your chances of being selected for a final job role will also be very high. So keep this in mind while writing a resume, and I'm very sure you are going to fare very brightly in this entire process. Thank you so much and keep watching.